All right, what is up? We are live. Just dropped in the chat there the link for the paint scheme preview. If you want to follow along at home, go ahead and just warn you. It's kind of a light day as far as the paint schemes go. But let's start off with number one here, Ross Chastain. Going to go ahead and tell you he is on the list. And we're not even going to do a top five because it's only like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only about 7. So we're just going to do a top 7. 7 that I liked that are going to go on this list here. But the Ross Chastain, number one, Busch Light Apple. The Bapple car is back, and that's a good one. So we're going to put that on the list. The number 2, Austin Cindric Menard's Tarkett Ord is not on the list. We've seen the Menard scheme before, and this is just another version of it. Winchester, we've seen that a bunch of times for Austin Dillon. Good looking scheme, but not going to make the list for the number 3, Bass Pro Shops Winchester Chevrolet Miller Tech with the lightning bolts. Lightning for Noah Gregson. Not going to put him on the list, though, even though it is a good scheme. We've seen it a couple times before, too. Brand new, the HendrickCars.com for Kyle Larson. Just kidding. We've seen that one forever now. But it's good. I like a good classic scheme. I like the fact that you're going to build some identity with that one. So there is something to be said about that as well. BuildSubmarines.com on the side of Brad Keselowski's number 6. Dorman. Different scheme here for Justin Haley. And the number 7, 8 Zone on the side of Kyle Busch's Chevrolet. Napa Auto Parts going with their classic blue scheme, at least for this season. Seabest once again on the side for Ty Dillon in the number 10. Progressive going to be on Denny Hamlin's number 11, and that's going to be a car to watch. We'll get to the statistics here in just a minute, and who will I pick to win this race, and can we get one back-to-back? Wabash going to be on the side for Ryan Blaney. The navy blue fading into a lighter petty blue with some yellow trim. Good-looking car, white numbers, petty blue trim around the numbers as well. Celsius on the side there for AJ Allmendinger. Next Little is going to be on the side of Chris Buescher, and he is going to be the next one on the list here. So we had to go from 1 all the way down to 17 before we got another one that's on the list. But good-looking car here. You got the pink, you got the purple, you got the yellow, and it's on a white base. Good-looking car. You got the chrome black number on the side as well. Number 19 for Chase Briscoe, Bass Pro Shops, Tracker ATVs and Boats. Classic scheme for that one. Got a little gold on the number here for Christopher Bell and the number 20 Ream Toyota Eero. A little bit of a different changeup. We've seen it a couple times, but it's not too often. So Eero on the side, a midnight blue fading into a orange toward the back. Interesting scheme. It's not my favorite. I know a lot of people like it. I don't like that one. 22 Shell, the classic scheme this season, at least for Joseph Logano. McDonald's going with the ketchup and the fries car. We've seen this one at this point a few times too, and I'm just it was really cool at first, and now it's just kind of like meh. It's sort of not the best McDonald's scheme, but it's by far not the worst for sure. So sort of mid there for the 23 car. 24 Valvoline, William Byron. We've seen this one a bunch of times now at this point. He raced it literally the other week. Pickle Todd. So another one finally making the list here. The 34 Pickle Todd Pickle Machine of Todd Gilliland Grillo's Pickles, in case you're wondering who the actual sponsor is. But good looking car. So that's obviously going to go on the list. And I finally have had some Grillo's Pickles, and they are delicious. So yes, Grillo's Pickles will go on the car always and forever. 35 Monster Energy for Riley Herbst. It is a Monster Energy car. We know what they look like. 38 Long John Silver's. And as long as Long John Silver's is on a car, it's going on the list. Best chicken tenders in the game. It's undisputable. Even vegetarians and vegans will tell you that they have the best chicken tenders at Long John Silver's. Let's see. John Hunter Nemechek. So let's see. What do we got here now? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cars so far. Pye and Barker on the side for John Hunter Nemechek. Family Dollar for Eric Jones. All familiar schemes there. Beast. The Nasty Beast is back for Tyler Reddick on the number 45 Toyota. So a monster car number 3 at Pocono here today. Martin's Famous Potato Roll is going to be on the side of Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s number 47. Different scheme. It's yellow, it's red, and then it's got some a weird blue color to it. I'm not in love with it because they put white onto it. But then again, the Pepsi Challenge car, I like that, and that was yellow and white. I don't like yellow and white typically, and I just didn't pull it off here in my opinion. but a different scheme here for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. the third. Alex Bowman will drive the number 48 Ally Best Friends Chevrolet, and the Best Friends are dogs. That is a dog organization. Dogs are always good. The 48 car is going on the list. So there you go. We're up to 5 at this point, and we're going to scroll down one more here to the Costa Oil. Good looking car. For Cody Ware, not in my top 5, but I will add him to the top 7 since there's really only 7 good cars here. And then you get to the number 54, and surprise, surprise, it is another Monster Energy Drinks car here today for Rocket Randall, Teasy, Tyler Gibbs, who is displayed on the shirt here today. I know a lot of blood pressure is high because of that. Scott's Get More with Scott for the Ryan Priest number 60 Kroger Ford for RFK, but it's kind of a basic scheme. It's just all blue. Gainbridge are going to be on the side of the 71. We've seen that one a number of times from various different drivers. Very familiar scheme, no matter what number is it, but it's going to be on Michael McDowell's car today. Carson Josephus Hocevar, good qualifying effort, which we'll get to in just a second. In the Delaware Life Machine, but it's a typical scheme for him. For sure. 88 Safety Culture for Shane Van Gisbergen. We're used to that one. And then the last one that I'm going to put on the list here is the Very Good Ventures Chevrolet. And I'm putting it on the list, even though it's a basic scheme, because it's got a unicorn on it. So it goes on the list. So there you go. There is your list. Long John Silver's 38, the Very Good Ventures 99, the Costa Oil 51, the Best Friends 48, Grillo's Pickles and Pickle Todd in the 34, the next filter, whatever that medicine is, on the 17, and the Bush Apple, the Bapple. So there you go. There is the list of your cars. Let's go to the qualifying order. Or actually, let's go to the statistics first. Then we'll look at how the statistics played out in qualifying. If you're going with average finish here, Tyler Reddick has your best average finish at a 3.3. Just below him is Martin Truex Jr., who just happens to be retired. So we're going to skip down to Chase Elliott, who has a 6.7, then Christopher Bell, 7.3, Bubba Wallace, 9.7. But what you will notice there, with the exception of Chase Elliott, is so far, it's all been Toyota, has it not? Then you've got William Byron at a 10.0, Eric Jones, who has been mostly Toyota in these races, at a 10.7. Brad Keselowski at a 12.3 is your first Ford. Eric Amarola not in the race. Denny Hamlin at a 12.7. Then you've got Kyle Larson and Alex Bowman. Actually, all 3 of those are tied. Hamlin, Larson, and Bowman all tied with a 12.7. So there you go. There's your top 10 on average finish. Set your fantasy rosters accordingly. Previous winners in the last 3 races since February of 2022 are going to be Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, and Chase Elliott. So a good mix of manufacturers there, but I still feel like this is a Toyota track at the end of the day. Top 5s in those races, only 2 with 2 top 5s, and that's going to separate it a little bit there. And that would be Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin. So look out for them for sure. And also of note, that Chase Elliott win was via DQ. So factor that in. Let's go to laps led, because that's a good statistic to look at. Kyle Busch has the most laps led in the previous 3 races since 2022 at 63. Denny Hamlin at 61, 60 for William Byron, and 53 for Ryan Blaney. Everybody else below 50 laps led here, including Kyle Larson, who's next closest at 42. All right, let's go to driver averages and how they rate them. Denny Hamlin overwhelmingly at a 126 is going to be your favorite to win here. So that is by the numbers who you're going to pick to win this race. Just below him, but not just below, significantly, 20 points difference at a 102 for William Byron. He is going to be the next on the list. Then you got Tyler Reddick at a 99. So nobody else even in the 100s. Chase Elliott a 99 as well. So those are going to be statistically your best picks here. But I feel like it's going to be a Toyota, and I'm going to pick Denny Hamlin as my pick by the numbers. But with my wild card, I'm going to go with either Ty Gibbs or Eric Jones. Eric Jones or Ty Gibbs is going to be my wild card. And if you're picking from the Chevrolet camp, obviously just pick a Hendrick car. William Byron statistically would be your better number. And if you want to pick somebody from the Ford camp, it appears that Ryan Blaney has your best numbers if you're in the Ford camp. All right, those are the numbers. Set your fantasy lineups accordingly. But let's see how those numbers played out in qualifying. And To no one's surprise, 126 average here, according to driveraverages.com. He also got the pole. James Dennis Allen Hamlin, the law firm, the man with four first names, is on the pole here in the Progressive Toyota. In second position is going to be Chris Buescher in the number 17 Nexletal Ford. Good luck saying that a bunch of times. Carson Hocevar continuing his strong performance, even though he doesn't get the finishes that he wants out of these, but he is going to start off in third position. John Hunter Nemechek, if he can finish this thing, probably will get a good finish because he's sitting in a Toyota. But he's been up and down pretty much every season. But he started off really hot this season, then went into a bunch of DNFs. First surprise on this list, other than some people, I guess, would consider Carson Hocevar and Nemechek a surprise. But Cole Custer, fifth place here, qualifying effort in the 41. Do not sleep on Cole Custer. That would be another good wild card pick as well, I would think, because if you look at Stuart Haas's performance here at Pocono, it has been pretty good. Chase Briscoe in the sixth position. Ty Gibbs going to be in seventh. Tyler Reddick in eighth. Christopher Bell, ninth, and Daniel Suarez rounds out your top 10. 11 through 15 is going to be Eric Jones, Joey Logano, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski, and Zane Smith. Rolling off in the 16th position is going to be Austin Dillon, Noah Gragson, Chase Elliott, Austin Cindric, and Ryan Blaney is in the 20th position. 21 through 25 are going to be Ross Chastain, Justin Haley, Shane Van Gisbergen, and Kyle Larson. Then Alex Bowman there in the 25 spot. 26 is going to be Kyle Busch. 27th will be Ty Dillon. Michael McDowell rolling off in the 28th position. Riley Herbst to 29. 30th position is going to be Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And 31 through the rest of the field is going to be William Byron. Terrible qualifying effort. Todd Gilliland, AJ Allmendinger, Bubba Wallace, Josh Berry, Cody Ware, and Brendan Poole. And as far as who is going to win on Earth 2, who finishes last on Earth 1, I'm just going to go with the numbers here. Without somebody wrecking out early or something like that, I'm going to go with Brendan Poole here in the 44, given past history on how that 44 performs. All right, that's the rundown. Let's see what you guys want to talk about in the chat. Rosie saying good morning. Please don't forget to hit the like button. It's free. Would appreciate if you hit the like button. It is much appreciated. Jesse Daly saying happy race day to everyone. Happy race day to you as well. Bethany Burrows saying hi from Pocono Turn 3. A little bit of rain, and she's got her umbrella out. So a little bit of weather there in Pocono. Pocono does tend to have weather from time to time, so eyes on the track saying it's raining there already. Hi, y'all from North Idaho, says Cassandra. Lick the like button. LOL, says Cassandra. Indeed, go ahead and lick the like button. Shout out to Iceberg, who is most famous for saying lick the like button. 48, I love when the 48 brings the dog car, says Cassandra. Indeed. I do like it when Alex Bowman brings the dog cars. That's always a good deal and a good day for sure. Like to see the favorite driver shut up Denny today, says Cassandra. It's a pretty good track for him, so we'll see. It just tends to be a Toyota track for some reason, though. Mad Brad win, bring the flag out for a lap, says Cassandra. This is actually a really, really good track for Brad Keselowski, so that wouldn't be the biggest shocker in the world. And also would be another situation we were talking about not too long ago where it would flip the playoffs. We were talking about it with SVG with his win. Brad Keselowski being so far back in points, if he can get a win, that would also flip and tighten up the cut line as well. So would be a big win. All kinds of different ways and storylines and stuff if BK can get that win. Let's go, BB. Pocono time. Who you going with today? By the numbers, it's just hard not to pick Denny Hamlin here. I know that's a super popular pick. I know a lot of people are not going to be happy with that, but picking a wild card here is going to be the more fun thing. And I think Eric Jones and Ty Gibbs as your wild card, I like those picks pretty good there for sure. Also Cole Custer. Don't sleep on Cole Custer. I like those are the three wild card guys that I would look at here at this track. Let's see. I'll give my paint scheme winner of the week to the orange and black Dorman number 7 car, says Jesse Daly. Yeah, it was just too much like I like a good solid color. So you know what? I'll add the Dorman car to my list as well. So yeah, I will put the 7 car for Justin Haley on that list as well. So we'll go with 8. 8 overall this week that we thought were above and beyond. Not that any of the other ones were bad, and some of them are good. We've just seen them a million times. What's up, PC Gone Rogue? Hope you're doing good, my friend. Taking any of the bees for a win, says Cassandra. The Killer Bees. It's been the season for Killer Bees for sure. Love to see a Jones win, says Cassandra. Yeah, Anytime the 43 can go to victory lane, or anytime Eric Jones himself, no matter what he's driving, if he ever moves on from the 43, is always going to be a good day for sure. One of the last drivers that actually worked on the equipment himself in this generation of driving. Going to miss Danielle Trotta in the booth, says Chris MV. So Chris MV, a Danielle Trotta fan. I am sleeping. I am sleeping on the Cole Custer pick, says Jesse Daly. Here's what I'm saying here. If you look at the history of Stewart Haas Racing at Pocono, it's not a bad history. And Cole Custer is a good driver, even though he hasn't necessarily had the equipment to show it this season. He can get it done. He can get it done at Pocono. I'm not saying he'll win the race, but I'm saying don't sleep on him. He could be a good fantasy pick if you need to slide somebody, or just put him in your garage. If you just need somebody to stick in your garage, I think Cole Custer would be a good pick there as well. But it is what it is. I understand. I understand the doubts. There was a lot of doubters until Kentucky on that restart when Cole Custer took control of the race by out restarting everybody. So it is what it is. Stone Cold, Cole Custer. And he will spear you or bulldog you. Bulldog lariat. It was more of a bulldog lariat. Shout out to John Hunter Nemechek, who participated by slamming his head into the ground. Historically, it seems like the cars that do well at Michigan also run well at Pocono. Yeah, that, and also at Indianapolis, they typically tend to run well for sure. Shah saying, what's up, Shah? Always good to see you on here, my friend. Watching Watkins Glen on NBC, and it's raining lightly here, says Bruce Garvey. Okay, so it's just a little bit of rain in the the northeast area. Let's see. Rain in Pocono is like BB having YouTube issues. High probability of it happening, says Joseph Wooten. Yeah, Pocono is another one for sure that it's just another one that typically always gets rain. Daytona feels like it always gets rain. Anywhere in Florida feels like it always gets some type of weather. So yeah, Pocono's on that list for sure. And then Atlanta, just randomly Atlanta from time to time. Remember the year they got the snow, like it snowed out in Atlanta? Crazy weather in the ATLians. Let's see. I got Denny going for 8, says Lovey Barkley. Yeah, like by the numbers, this is Denny Hamlin's best track. I would say, or at least one of his best tracks. I think it's probably his best track. Don't forget Big Red for Cole Custer's #1 team member. Yeah, don't forget Big Red for Cole Custer, the crew member who rolled in and cleaned house. Don't mess with the Haas gang. They're similar to RCR. They've got street cred. Toyota won qualifying. Will they win the race, BB? I'm taking Bill, says Perry Earl. Yeah, I think taking a Toyota here is a highly good move, because this just seems like back in the day. We're not even back in the day, but Michigan's kind of like a Ford track, right? Pocono seems to, throughout the years, it just seems to trend toward Toyotas. Martinsville for the longest time tended to trend toward Chevrolets. Most of those Chevrolets being Hendrick or Joe Gibbs, back when Joe Gibbs ran Chevrolets, and Tony Stewart was getting some wins there at Martinsville as well. But and Denny Hamlin, I actually won some, I think, races for Joe Gibbs in a Chevrolet. But yeah, certain tracks, just for whatever reason, like certain makes a car. And this seems to be a Toyota track for whatever reason. Would have loved to have picked Elliott today, but that team is snake bit. Even gets his qualifying run messed up a bit by the Byron crash. Indeed, it is what it is. Unfortunate, but he does have speed today, and it is what it is. Byron in the backup car, in the Xfinity Series, going to a backup where he was able to win with one. What happened to Byron in qualifying, says Shah? I think he lost it. I don't know if he went to a backup car, if they repaired it, but it looked like he. I don't know. It just depends on the damage. I didn't look at all that. I should have looked at all that. Dale Jr. is killing it lately. Prime was fun. Can't wait to see what's next. Yeah, Dale Jr. also being a figurehead crew chief and catching tires and stuff, which, don't get me wrong, was all for publicity, but he was out there doing it, and he was giving direction, from what he was told to do in Charlotte from the guy that was suspended. So good run here recently for Dale Jr., no doubt about it. Well, that was answered, says Shah. How about taking a road course clockwise one day and counterclockwise the next day, says Brickyard Brickhead. There are certain divisions, like when you get to the Mod 4s and any car and stuff like that, sometimes they'll flip a coin and they'll say, which direction are we running today? And so it's always a gamble. At the lower levels, there is actually divisions that do run the course backwards from time to time. It's a road course with only left-hand turns and long straights, says Perry Earl. Indeed. Pocono that's what I love about Pocono, though. It's just so much different than anywhere else we go. And even though the racing sometimes isn't exactly what you want to see, I love the layout of the track because it's something different. There is no other track anywhere that I know of that's built like Pocono. It's just a really cool racetrack. And I think Breakhard, I think he made a video on Instagram talking about it's time for Pocono to admit that they have 5 or 6 turns or something like that. So that was a pretty good, pretty good. Check him out on Instagram. He's everywhere. Breakhard's everywhere. He's got all kinds of images. So shout out to him. Check him out on Instagram. He's got a lot of little funny videos on there too. I don't do TikTok, so I'm sure he does the same ones on TikTok. If you want to get TikTok brain right. Let's see. Willie B with the win today definitely has head speed in practice before hitting the wall in qualifying, says Joseph Wooten. Willie B to the rear in a backup. So he is in a backup car. I didn't know if it was repaired or not. Reported Byron will repair the car. So there you go. That's the most NASCAR thing ever. It's there's 2 different reports on he's going to repair the car and he's going to go to a backup. So it is what it is. But yeah, Willie B, can he overcome either the repair or the backup car, whatever they went with there? Let's see. Cool for Willie B, says Cassandra. What's up, BB? Says in between the lanes. What's up, Lanes? Always good to see you on here, my friend. I feel like Chevy struggles today. A very heavy Toyota and Ford fantasy lineup. Of course, with Byron and Larson, will probably prove my theory wrong, says Jesse Daly. Yeah, it's such a gamble. Once you think you have something figured out in fantasy, anything can happen. That's part of the fun of fantasy. I agree, BB. Like Pocono because it's different, but definitely has some mid races. Yeah, it has some blowouts, and then sometimes it has some mileage races. But every once in a while, you get a gem. Same thing with Indianapolis on the circle track version of Indianapolis. Sometimes you get a good close race, but sometimes you get a blowout. But it is what it is. I like the track. I like both of the tracks because they're unique for different reasons. Indianapolis unique because of the history. Pocono unique because of the layout. Does Carson get wrecked by Ricky today? Says Maverick. Too fast. I don't think so. This track's way too fast. That would be attempted. That would be attempted man deletion. So that would probably not play well. I don't think you're probably gonna see it. Period. Until they're both out of the playoffs, and then you might see something. But this track's way too fast to be. You should never do it anyway. But this track's way too fast to be thinking about stuff like that. How about Dale Jr. with the crew chief win? Says Bruce Garvey. Yep, got him a crew chief win. Caught some tires and did all kinds of stuff. I saw the replay, but I was not able to watch the actual race when it was happening. Just glad they don't go there twice, 5 weeks apart. Says Dirty Def. I like the year that they did it like a back-to-back. They did a Saturday and a Sunday race. That would be one way of increasing the races, but also not having more race weekends. But I thought that was a neat concept. It didn't take off, but I thought it was pretty cool. How many pit penalties today? At least a couple, says Perry Earl. Oh man, probably more than a few. I don't think we're going to have a ton of cautions, so the pit road work is going to be very important. So yeah, keeping it clean on pit road, good point, is going to be a huge deal. But I think you're going to see a lot of pit penalties because they know pit road is going to be a huge deal today. Road America starts at 1:30, says in between the lanes, so check that one out if you want to watch it. Restarts are the only opportunities to mess up somebody's day, says Dirty Def. Indeed. And I'm fine with the same weekend. Yeah, I thought the same weekend idea was really cool because that is a situation where a racetrack can get 2 race dates, but it's going to be 2 different days of the week. So you get 2 races. You can increase the length of the schedule, and there's all kinds of stuff you can play with and do there that NASCAR didn't even touch. They just tried 2 race weekends on 2 races on the same weekend. But that's something that you could look at in the future for some of these tracks that want to keep 2 races. You could do it in the same weekend, even though that wouldn't be ideal. They want to keep 2 races for the tourism and whatnot. Last prime race for 2025. Indeed, this is the last prime race, and we go to the the bracket challenge after this. So we'll see how the bracket challenge plays out on TNT. Fans get more racing in a weekend, says Dirty Def. Yeah, for sure. And that's a situation when you have a double race weekend where you could have a really big Friday event too, or you could have a really big Saturday event. Like Saturday would be a double header, or you could do Sunday as a double header with the touring series that is there. Like run trucks on a Saturday with the Cup Series. That would give you more bang for your ticket. Same thing on Sundays. Run the Xfinity Series, then run the Cup Series. So there's all kinds of different angles that you could play with a doubleheader weekend. But NASCAR didn't try any of that. Or you could have like a sprint race on Saturday and then an actual full length race on Sunday. Like all kinds of stuff you could do there. BB, remember the guy running across the track in '93? Says Mike G. Mike G. There's been a lot of Pocono incidents. There was the deer that crossed the track. There's been all kinds of wildlife, honestly, that crossed the track at Pocono. Yesterday, they were focused on the fox there that was in the infield. So Pocono notorious. There was the fog. Wasn't Pocono the race where there was so much fog that they had to stop? It's pretty cool for sure. Let's see. Shout out to Adam Alexander. In between the lanes says so. Shout out to Adam Alexander talking about the Fox for a good portion of that race. Same weekend was cool. If I remember, there were shorter races, 300 miles. Says Bruce Garvey. Yeah, and I think that would be something you could do too. Like I was talking about with a sprint, or you could just split the weekend in half. All of that would be good stuff for sure. Iowa would be a nice back-to-back weekends with Speed Week in between. Says Brickyard Brickhead. That would be pretty cool. Bring on San Diego Street Course. Says Chris MV. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. Seems to be a very solid rumor there. Like it's almost guaranteed for 2026. So San Diego Street Race would be big. They always sell out Long Beach. They always sell out Long Beach in IndyCar. So I think a San Diego Street Race would probably do very well, even though it's a little bit further down the California coastline. Pelot with the Solo Cup Honda. Says in between the lanes. Hey, there you go. Solo Cup Honda. So there you go. IndyCar things happening right now. Pre-race. Hope Ricky gets a chance at Hocevar. Says Dr. House MD. He will get his chance. I don't think this is the race to do it. It's way too fast. Way too fast of a racetrack to be pulling that kind of nonsense. Just to be honest with you. Yeah, it's in a forested area, says Mike G. Yeah, the whole Pocono Mountains is what it is, and it stretches from at least New York to Pennsylvania. So it's a mountains, So Pocono, it's a great track to have a great fan experience. It's also a nice place to take someone who has never been to a race. You can have a conversation with folks due to the size of the track. So yes, Jesse Daly, good point there. I've never been, but they partially they also own South Boston, so there is a South Boston Pocono connection as well. Well run is South Boston, and I can tell that Pocono is well run as well. But being able to talk to somebody, that's just like Talladega. Like once the cars go, or Daytona, once the cars go to the backstretch, you can have a conversation. Then the cars come back around. So Pocono has that same vibe as well. It's more of a laid back, chill vibe for sure. Pocono ended Bobby Allison's career. It almost ended Bobby Allison's career. Old DW took him out. Says they're deaf. Yeah, there's been back in the day, there was definitely some nasty crashes at Pocono. That's where you see a lot of these flips. A lot of these flips that you think on the infield were like, oh man, that was a Daytona flip. A lot of these like flips where the cars go over and over and over again, those are actually at Pocono because of the long straightaways. For sure. Good point. Good catch there, Dirty Death, for sure. Same booth for TNT next week, says in between the lanes. Yeah, so TNT seems to just be kind of, for the most part, continuing, the booth that Amazon put together for their prime coverage. Xfinity Friday night and Cup Saturday nights next weekend. Says in between the lanes. So there you go. Night racing begins. The summer night races at least begin next weekend. All right. Final results of the poll question, which I forgot to even talk about, but shout out to you guys for jumping in there and voting on it anyway. Reddick at 20%, 23% for Bell, and 18% for Byron, but 39% going with Chase Elliott to finish higher than the other options. At least so far. Looks like we got some more chat down here, so I'll stick with it a little bit longer here. I'll stick with it as long as you guys want to stick with it. Steve Park had a bad wreck at Pocono. Yeah, for sure. Pocono, notorious for those, especially once you get on the infield. It seemed to launch the cars. And wasn't Pocono the one where Elliott Sadler's engine came out? Was that Pocono or was that somewhere else? But I think it was Pocono where Elliott Sadler had that big impact and the engine flew out of the car, which wow, that's wild work. I remember when they were running restrictor plates at Pocono for a minute because of the Long Pond straightaway. Yep, they did try that. They also tried it, I think, at New Hampshire one time. Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch flew like an eagle in 2021 at Pocono. M&M's Minis Camry. I don't remember the Kyle Busch one, so I need to go back and look at that one. King's Hawaiian scheme for Hamlin next weekend. All right. All right, Denny Hamlin going to be the King's Hawaiian man. He takes over from Brad Keselowski. That'll be interesting. Interesting for sure. Man, I hope Gibbs gets a win this year, says NASCAR guy. I think he will. I think Ty Gibbs gets a win at some point this season. Yes, Pocono, says Walter Flair. I think it was Pocono where NASCAR still didn't show the video of Sadler's crash. Yeah, you can go find it on YouTube. Somebody had some I don't know if it was like footage that Fox had that didn't show or was some homemade footage, but you can actually see the engine flying in the air and you can see the impact. There's a few different angles of it. Some of it might have been in car, if I'm not mistaken, but there somebody somewhere somebody on YouTube has pieced together the Elliott Sadler wreck. I can't remember exactly who did it. Let me know down there if somebody knows off the top of their head. Bob's Discount Furniture will sponsor Hamlin at Iowa. Hey, there you go. Bob's Discount Furniture will be on the side of the number 11 after King's Hawaiian. So there you go. There you go. What do you think about the stage cautions at Pocono? Do they make the racing better or interfere with strategy? I hate them for Pocono and I hate them for road courses, but NASCAR tried it one time at a road course and immediately gave up. So unfortunately, I think we're stuck with the stage cautions, but I hate them. I hate the caution. You can run stages all you want to. I just hate the cautions for it. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of them at all. Cool. I'll have to check it out. Says Dirty Death. Thoughts on the tournament cast on True TV next week? I mean, I hope they make the tournament something cool to talk about. I just don't see the tournament bringing a ton of value to the fans other than people that are already betting on the sport anyway. So I feel like it's all just for betting and stuff. But as far as like, what does it really, other than that, like if you're just watching the races and have a fantasy team, what does the tournament add for you value wise to watch a random driver win a random tournament in the middle of the season and that driver gets paid money? It doesn't have any stakes. Like if I'm for storylines, you need stakes. For a conflict to matter, there must be some type of stake. If you do this, this happens. If my driver does well in the in-season tournament, it doesn't affect anything. If my driver does poorly in the in-season tournament, it doesn't affect anything as far as the championship goes. So from that perspective, it has no stake. So it has no bearing on what happens in the sport. So I just don't get it. I'm just trying to wrap my head around what value they think that this brings to the sport. I just don't see any value to it other than your gambling companies have something else that you can bet on, which is why it's there. So let's make no bones about it. That's why it's there. But as a fan, if you're not on DraftKings, I don't see it having any actual value at all. But I will cover it. Fear not. I will cover it, and I'll try my best because I know some people will care about it because those people will be on DraftKings analyzing the piss out of it. So it is what it is. Let's see. One or two worth picks this weekend. Riggs won the truck race. Yeah. So Lane Riggs wins the truck race. I didn't mention that, but yeah, good point. And Zilly is the winner that got Dale Jr. His crew chiefing win. Dale Jr. joining Richard Petty as a crew chief that won a race. I think Richard Petty in the truck series with Jimmy Hensley in the 43 red Dodge Ram back in the day. And it was a Dodge Ram back then. Let's see. I'm not excited about it, but I have a feeling TV will be. Says Dirty Death. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Like TV will actually have to talk about it now, so that'll at least give it a fighting chance to catch on, and we'll see what value it brings. Maybe I'm missing something, so it won't be the first time I've missed the forest for the trees. Had Taylor Gray winning yesterday. Wild card today. John Hunter Nemechek for me. Says in between the lanes. So he's going with John Hunter Nemechek as the wild card. Not a bad pick. Like I'm saying, I like Toyota here today, which means another manufacturer will definitely win because I'm saying I'm talking Toyota up so big. Stage yellow sucks, says Timber Race. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Perry Earl. I'm not a big Perry Earl referring to Timber Race is what I meant there. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of stage yellows myself there, Perry. Let's see. Rick Lane. Will Kyle Larson come from behind all the way to the front? It's a pretty good track for him. So he if he's got the car, he definitely will. I feel the same way about the NBA in-season tournament. What's the point? Yeah, same here, man. Like I can't even name one NBA mid-season tournament winner, nor will I ever be able to because I just don't care. Like it just what value? I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, you get if you're a player, it's a big deal because you get a little extra bonus cash in your pockets and stuff, you know. But from a fan's perspective, eh, mm, you know. What's your favorite Tarantino movie? Says Chris MV. Uh, that's a good question. Inglorious Bastards or Pulp Fiction have to be up there. Like those are good ones. Those are probably my two favorite ones by him. So I would have to go with those two. Off the top of my head, Reservoir Dogs, the OG. So you can't sleep on that one. The value is in NASCAR's pocket, says Brickyard Brickhead. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like value to the fans is what I was getting at. But yeah, for sure, the value is lying in NASCAR's pockets for sure. I have a feeling RFK will win today. Hoping Busher locks up that playoff spot, says Jesse Daly. RFK win is not out of the realm of possibility. Brad Keselowski is definitely really good here. Game 7 tonight, says In Between Lanes. Indeed. Finals. NBA Finals will be final tonight. Who wins? Who wins? The Thunder or the Pacers? Richard Petty probably had much to do with Hensley winning as Dale Jr. did with Zilich yesterday. Says oh yeah, both were figureheads, but both on the on that acclaimed victory list, they go down as crew chief with a win, which is all that matters at the end of the day. What is it? Racing, what is it? Racing analytics or what? That's all they want. They want their name on another statistic. I thought the says Brickyard Brickhead. I mean, I like what him and Mark Martin on the Kenny Wallace conversation had to say. So I thought they brought up a lot of points, and they're speaking. That finally somebody with some cachet behind their name is coming out and speaking out publicly, loudly about the way the playoffs are, because the fans have been saying it for a long time. So it's finally somebody has come out and said, "Hey, this is terrible." I know Hamlin has the most wins at Pocono, says In Between the Lanes. There you go. It is definitely it's a Hamlin track for sure. Sadler's Crash is NASCAR All Out, has the video, says PC Gone Rogue. Appreciate you, PC Gone Rogue. So check out NASCAR All Out. He's the one that pieced together the Sadler Crash video. I've said this before, and I'll say it. I'll stay firm on it. I like stages and stage points. I just don't like stage cautions. I'm with you, Jesse Daly. I don't necessarily hate the idea of stages. It adds a layer of bonus points. It's just a different way of going about getting some bonus points, right? So leave it in there, and people can go get those bonus points if they want to. But you shouldn't have a caution built in for it so that everybody can go for those bonus points. That takes away from the overall strategy of the race there. So I'm with you on that. Do you think Joe Gibbs ever regretted letting Joey Logano go? Says Maverick. You at some point you gotta be like, yeah, we missed big there. We missed bigly. Let's see. We brought him up too soon for sure. Lakers and Bucks have won the in-season tournament, I believe, says In Between the Lanes. Hey, so there you go. There you go. There is your in-season tournament facts. Appreciate you there, In Between the Lanes. I wasn't a fan of stage yellows at road courses until I sat through the cautionless Indy a couple years ago. The top 5 stayed the same all races. Dirty Def. Yeah, but to be honest, like how often would that honestly happen? It just happened. It just happened to statistically happen on the worst time it could have happened, the time that they don't have any stage breaks. Mark Martin on Kenny Wallace's podcast was a great watch this week, says Bruce Garvey. Indeed. Apparently, Joey Logano went on First Take, according to my YouTube. Says In Between Lanes. Hey, so there you go. Joey Logano getting out there making the rounds as a champion. I see our favorite troll has decided to make an appearance. LOL. Everyone say hey to Eric, says Rosie. Busher gonna finally get that sticker today, says Dirty Def. This could be a win for Chris Busher, indeed. BB always doing a great job. Y'all have a happy race day, says Cassandra. Appreciate you, Cassandra. Thanks for the kind words. Does Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Make it to the end on the lead lap, says Sir Wood Rooster? I don't know. This doesn't seem like a strong track for him, so we'll see on it, says PC Gone Rogue. Oftentimes the restart is the most entertaining part of the race at some Dirty Def. So yeah, at tracks like this, at tracks like this, at tracks like Pocono, agree with you, Dirty Def. Sometimes the restarts are where it's at, but I still would like a actual caution instead of a manufactured one. But it is what it is. They're not going anywhere. They're there for commercial breaks and built-in TV time. Kyle Busch said he doesn't give a rat's about the in-season tournament. Says OJ and Toothpaste, and that is why we all love Kyle Busch. He was keeping it real. He was keeping it a buck all weekend in the interview zone. Watkins Glen has one caution. The race after that, it was a snooze fest, says Dirty Def. How about hitting thumbs up for BB, says Perry Earl. I would appreciate it, but don't feel pressured into doing it. Ricky Stenhouse was training this week, Rocky style. LOL, says OJ and Toothpaste. Yeah, he needed the montage. He's trying to get his street cred up with the fights. Hello, I'm taking Eric Jones for a top 10 today, says Larissa. I like the pick. I've got Eric Jones as my sleeper to possibly get a win in this race, as well as TZ Ty Gibbs here for sure. I like the pick. Ryan Blaney was in the Xfinity booth, says in between the lanes. Yeah, I do like the fact that they're sliding these drivers in and out of the booths for the lower division races. So I do like that. Were you impressed with Dale Jr.'s crew chiefing style, says OJ and Toothpaste? He was one of the best crew chiefing figureheads that we've ever figureheaded as a crew chief. I will say he played the role well. 10 out of 10. It was better acting than him in Talladega Nights, for sure. I will give him 100% credit on that. I'm taking the 77 for a top 5 today, says John Bender. 77, not a bad pick. Carson Hocevar, eventually he's going to finish one of these races. And when he does, he probably will be in the top 10 or top 5 for sure. Ever see a France family putting an outside sanctioning body over operations? Nope. But they totally should, but they won't do it. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was at the Phillies game for the Dover race, says in between the lanes. Hey, there you go. That's pretty cool. Probably threw out the first pitch. I know Austin Dillon has done it before for I think the Braves or something like that, and he actually drove the car on the field. I know after the 500 win, he did one time, and I think he's done it one other time. Other than that, have you seen the trailer to the new Naked Gun movie? Says Dirty Def. It looks pretty funny, man. Leslie Nielsen in the original one. This one has the dude from Taken. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but it actually looks really good. Liam Neeson. It actually looks really good, and I'm surprised because even though it's like essentially a reboot or just a reimagining of an old property, it looks like it's got the same type of slapstick comedy in it. So I think it looks from the trailer to be pretty true to the original, even though there will definitely be wildly different jokes in it. Did Dale Jr. really do a good job, make adjustments and strategies? Yeah, he listened to the home base down there in Charlotte, and they told him what to do, and he told him to make those adjustments. No doubt. So yeah, he did a great job. Philly cheesesteak reviewer Ricky Stenhouse Jr. the third. Indeed, put some respects on the emotionally unregulated Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s name. Yeah, looks worth checking out, says Dirty Def. Yeah, I think it'll be a good movie as well. All right. Final results of the poll question. The way Junior held that tire was amazing, says Dirty Def. Indeed. But he is the winning crew chief. Do you like the new Wiener Schnitzel bird dogs? I have not. That doesn't even sound appetizing. I have not tried those. I don't even know where you get them. Let's see here. Final results of the poll question. Chase Elliott wins with 36%, 22% apiece for Bill and Reddick and Byron. Low man on the totem pole with 19% after smacking the wall. That's all his fault. All right. That's going to do it for this one. Hope your driver does well, unless he's trying to finish in front of my driver. Until the next one, take them easy. Peace.